Welcome to the forecast. To my right, we have APAT and Alex. How you doing?
Hello, everyone.
And to my left, GW40 himself, Alec Garrett. How you doing?
Well, man, I don't even know how to respond to that, but I'm here. I'm good.
This is the Wednesday Comics Forecast. My name is Marvin. We're here to tell you the comic books coming out for the week of August 22nd, 2018. We're almost done with August. We've already had 3 Wednesdays. This will be the 5th. And guess what? We get an extra one at the end there. Alex, what do they call that?
That's the 6th Wednesday.
That's Ass Backwards Wednesday.
Next week is usually the lighter week. Does it seem that way now if you look into the future?
Unless you're Marvel Comics.
Oh, okay. Well, this week it seems like they front-loaded a bunch of things, and that's what we're going to talk about. Image Comics first, the new book, if you have room for it. Cold Spots #1. This is Cullen Bunn and Mark Torres, a miniseries premiere. Psychological terror, the undead, and a supernaturally bitter cold come together in a spine-tingling new series from Cullen Bunn and Mark Torres. 10 years ago, Dan Kerr turned his back on his wife and unborn daughter. Now both mother and child have gone missing, and Dan must face cosmic terrors to find them again. He soon finds the ghosts stir when his estranged daughter is near, and as the dead grow restless, the cold deepens. So you want to get that? The cover looks kind of cool. There you go. Cullen Bunn. What do you think, Alex?
You know what? If it wasn't Cullen Bunn, I'd probably give it a try. It sounds interesting. I just don't think Cullen Bunn can deliver.
Cullen Bunn is Alex's kryptonite, so you can't read him. So, Die #2. This is Robert Kirkman, Scott Gimple, Chris Berman. Robert Kirkman and Scott Gimple got to do something to that because that Walking Dead show might be ending soon. Chris Berman on art. Garrett, what do you think? Die. I know you said you're on the fence. Enough to pick up #2, or what's going on?
Now I think about it more, I do really enjoy Chris Burnham's art. I just think the first issue was very confusing and not in a way that it's like, oh, you should read issue 2, more like in a boom. This is a Robert Kirkman comic, so check all this action out and hope you get issue 2. So I think just for the art, I want to get it. The story, I was just like, I didn't really care. That
is Die. So pick that up if you're interested in that. That's a book that they were like, hey, it's out today. And they said the day before, go pick this up tomorrow. No really solicited. So came out of nowhere. Didn't really get a chance to figure out if you wanted it or not, but it's out there now. Gasolina, #11. This is Sean Makowicz and Nico Walter. Stunning cartel assassin must make a bold move against Los Quisadores, and Randy's trapped in a town with a horrible secret, and Amelia's nowhere to be found. What do you think, Garrett? Your Gasolina book? This is what I call the surprise of the century, because we didn't know you were reading this book, and all of a sudden here comes Garrett, already 8 issues into a series, and he didn't tell us about it. Now we're up to 11. What do you think?
One of the best comics coming out right now. For all those fans of, I'd say, Sicario out there, if you add monsters into the mix, this is the book for you. It's a lot of fun. The main couple are a bunch of badasses, and it looks like there's a new couple joining the fray. But yeah, I look forward to this book every time it comes out. Such rich mythology. Also a very cool crime drama also. So I recommend this book to everyone. And yes, I know it was kind of a ninja pick. I didn't really tell you guys about it, but I picked up 8 issues in one day, and 7 issues. So as soon as I read it, then you guys found out I was reading it. So boom.
See, the weird thing is I knew about it because I was there when you picked up the issues.
Yeah, see?
So I wasn't surprised.
Come on,
but
Master
it is
Detective.
fun to keep secrets from Marvin.
I meant the radio show here, the podcast. Podcast listeners out there, and you keep them in the dark.
All I gotta say is, where the first secret I ever kept from Marvin is? Descender at #2. Boom.
Garrett, when you talk about monsters, you're talking about Chupacabra?
There might be one of those in there.
Oh, okay. Alex, Royal City #14, Jeff Lemire. He's twins. 2018 Eisner Award-winning nominee for Best New Series and Best Writer, Jeff Lemire. The critically acclaimed multi-generational saga of the Pike family comes to its conclusion as the ghosts of the past catch up to them and point the Pike family towards an unexpected future. This is the end of the series we've been talking about that we thought was going to be an ongoing, but he announced that 14, and he assumed it was going to be an ongoing, and he said 14 in. That's where we're going to stop this. This is where it feels right. Alex, what do you think? Royal City #14.
I'm ready for it. I mean, I don't know if I can be mentally prepared for it, but I'm caught up on it. And Jeff Lemire, by all means, take the reins. Lead us to whatever end of story you want, because I know you can do it. So I'm full into it. I'm jumped on board. I'm ready to roll. Let's do this. My bags are packed. I'm ready for number 14.
Alex, what do you think? You are the weatherman. What are the chances of rain coming from my eyes?
Oof. Put on that raincoat. I'm sure there's going to be some, for me, tears, of course. It could be rainy. You never know. You don't know with Jeff Lemire. Who knows?
Dark Horse Comics, Black Hammer, Age of Dune, number 4. This is Jeff Lemire once again. Dean Ormston, the Eisner Award-winning, once again, superhero saga returns with lots of revelations. All is revealed when Lucy makes her way back to the farm from Dreamland, confronting the masterminds of their current situation. The revelations here will alter the fate of Black Hammer family forever. Garrett, what do you think? The sequel to the critically acclaimed Black Hammer, where 4 issues in now, what do you think? How's it going?
You know, it doesn't really feel any different from Volume 1. Obviously, we have some new characters in the mix. But I think we're starting to finally get to a head of why the people are all in, like all the Black Hammer superheroes are in this. What's the town they're in again? Can't quite remember. Do you guys remember?
No.
Garrettville.
Garrettville? Cool. Best town there ever is. But we're starting to find out how they got trapped there and why they couldn't leave. So things are definitely heating up, and that cover looks amazing with Walkie Talkie, who's supposed to be dead, right behind Golden Gale. So, boom, what's going to happen?
Correction, it's Talkie Walkie.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't want you telling people the wrong thing.
Maybe I was doing it in file order, so last name, comma, first name. Duh.
Oh. Huh.
Okay. IDW Publishing, a.k.a. the TMNT house that strives on TMNT. TMNT Bebop Rocksteady hit the road number 4 of 5. Ben Bates, Dustin Weaver on art also. Alex, what do you think about this is the penultimate issue. How's been the Bebop and Rocksteady?
You know, it's fine, but it's one of those things that they take away from those two characters being this big, dumb, strong guys, and they are still big and dumb. But they're not as threatening. They're just kind of like idiots that happen to be lucky in doing things. So it's fine. It's okay. But I'm ready for them to get brought back into the ongoing series and to be a threat to the Turtles or team up with Karai as the Shredder or whatever. Not that she's been the Shredder. I'm just saying that eventually she becomes a Shredder in other runs. So I'm waiting for them to be reintroduced as part of the Foot Clan.
TMNT ongoing number 85. Tom Waltz, Kevin Eastman, Bram Revel. Leatherhead returns to New York, and this time he's got one goal in mind: the destruction of the Turtles. $3.99. Alex, what do you think? The TMNT, that cover is done by the interior artist. What do you think about that style? What do you think about TMNT ongoing?
You know, if I was reading Turtles now as like a new jumping on, I would maybe be like, I don't know if I like that. But I've seen enough artists take on the Turtles. I've seen enough artists do a lot of books that I like that I'm okay with this style. It's a little more cartoony, but I can handle it.
Action Comics is DC Comics. Action Comics number 1002. Brian Michael Bendis, Patrick Leeson. A brand new era of adventure of the Man of Steel continues as bodies fall from the sky and buildings burn around the city of tomorrow. Even Superman must wonder how well he knows the city he protects as an unknown criminal element begins to rise throughout Metropolis. Garrett, what do you think? Action Comics 1002. We're a couple into the thousands here. How's it going so far?
This is actually surprisingly amazing. I love Action Comics 1001, Patrick Leeson's art, and even Bendis' Superman was incredible. And I've always said to this day that he can write Superman really well. I think his Clark Kent is pretty weak or anything to do with his family. Because if you're reading that pile of garbage, that's Superman, I feel sorry for you, and I feel sorry for myself, but I'm getting it anyways.
That was me having a stroke listening to you.
Right. Jeez. But Superman is just, the comic is just not really good because it's all about that stupid Rogol Czar that nobody cares about. Whereas Action Comics is actually about Superman, and he's dealing with being a hero and and not really giving his full effort because he misses his family, and there's a conspiracy against him starting fires. Then there's this whole red cloud business. There's this mysterious mysterious villain who is trying to blame Superman for a bunch of fires all over Metropolis. So I really enjoy it, and I'm super looking forward to this book. Thank God one of my 2 Superman books is really good.
Alex, you made me... I have tears in my eyes now. I'll just say that much. Batman Beyond, number 23, Dan Jurgens, Will Conrad. Batman Beyond, Target Batman. What do you think, Garrett? I'm looking at this cover here. It looks pretty hilarious. The Batman Beyond and some boxing gloves. How's it going?
It's still one of my favorite books. I really, if you love the Batman Beyond animated series, you'll love this book. There's some new mythology with Terry's brother taking over the mantle as Robin Beyond. Scarecrow's in this story. Even though that cover doesn't really show that well. But this is, if you've seen the series, they try to mimic the style. I do really like Terry McGinnis as Batman, and I think he's one of the best characters to take on the mantle of Batman. So I look forward to it every time it comes out.
Speaking of Batman, Kings of Fear, number 1 of 6, Scott Peterson, Kelly Jones. Legendary artist Kelly Jones makes his triumphant return to the Dark Knight in this explosive miniseries written by former Batman editor Scott Peterson. Batman's been overseeing Gotham City for years now, and he isn't sure how much of a difference he's making. Doubt, fear, and insecurity are starting to take over, and of all the negative feelings set in the Scarecrow... What? All the negative feelings set in the Scarecrow, that's weird, orchestrates a riot at Arkham Asylum to give the Dark Knight one of his greatest challenges. He had a 6-issue miniseries that will show the Scarecrow in a horrifying new way you'll have to read to believe. Alex, what do you think? Batman miniseries, I know we're always good for this. I do like Kelly Jones, draws one of my favorite Batman ears. Is something you're going to pick up, or just let it come out? Not pick it up.
I think I'm just going to let this one slide by. I'm trying to do my best to drop any of these minis other than the ones I've already started. It's just there's too many books that come out that it interests me, yes. But the bank account can't support that many books anymore.
Garrett, what do you think with Batman Kings of Fear?
I'm kind of in the same boat as Alex. I would love to read that because I do like that, 90s era Batman with the holy shit long ears. I think that's there's really great storytelling in that era, and I think that's what's going to mimic in this comic. So I think maybe as when the trade comes out, then I'm definitely all in.
It's Kelly Jones on Batman. I think I missed. Oh no, I didn't miss one. Detective Comics 987. Brian Hill, Miguel Mendoza, Eddie Burroughs on the cover, and the pulse pounding on the outside storyline hurdles towards its cataclysmic conclusion. Batman has tasked Katana, Black Lightning, the Signal, and Orphan, aka Cassandra Cain, with stopping a rogue operator using alien technology that can crack into any mind on Earth. What does this case have to do with Brainiac? Files seen in Justice League No Justice number 1? And how does Amanda Waller factor in? Amanda Waller again. Yes, you're outside of Batman Circle of Trust for now. What do you think, Garrett? Detective Comics, Brian Hill, he's coming up to his end of this run. How's his run been so far?
His run has been amazing so far, and I wish he was staying on the book. This last issue of his arc does give me concerns because it seems like it's going to get very event heavy. And I just read the last issue, and to force like Katana and Amanda Waller and Brainiac down our throats in the final issue, I don't think that's going to do justice to the storyline. I think Brian Hill will definitely stick somewhat of a landing, but I think it's only to propel whoever's coming on next, which I'm pretty sure is James Robinson. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm very cautious because like the last couple issues he did, amazing. But when I see all the event stuff just circling and cutting off the circulation of this comic, that makes me worried.
See, I was wondering where the Brainiac stuff was coming because I thought, really, this book has seemed to be so street level that all of a sudden we get into this like galactic BS, and now that you say that, it's probably just leading into James Robinson. Like, oh, that sounds about right. We're going to ruin this DC book. So I don't know. That just makes me sad.
It still could be good, but I'm just, at being a veteran comic reader, I'm kind of tilting my head towards this could be bullshit.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, I want to be optimistic, but I'm not. I'm assuming it's going to be garbage, and that makes me sad inside and outside. So when you hear me crying later, you'll know why.
Just check your local trash can. There'll be Alex.
Flash, excuse me. Flash number 53. This is Joshua Williamson, Christian Deuce, Dan Moore on the cover. Dan Moore, when are you going to take over this book? Look at that cover. Slippery slope for the Scarlet Speedster when he must team up with Frosty Commander Cole to stop the powered-up Trickster from trashing Central City. The Trickster's first target is a maximum security prison, Iron Heights, which could mean a criminal breakout of the city could never survive. Alex, what do you think of The Flash? I know you haven't been too hot on The Flash, but how are you doing with Flash?
Well, unfortunately, I'm actually one issue behind. I don't know what my deal is. I don't know why Flash War really just kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. I know Garrett liked it so much, but for some reason, I'm not digging it. And I don't know if I'm not enough of a Flash fan for me to be like, hell yeah, this book is great. Or if I'm just getting kind of tired of, I don't know. There's just something about it that I'm not enjoying.
I think it's the first one.
What was the first one?
The one where you're not that big of a Flash fan.
That must be it.
I'm kidding, but I think,
Hang on. You know what? No, that's nothing else. In Man of Steel, he says cockapoo-poo, and maybe that's left a bad taste in my mouth. It tastes like shit, and I don't like it.
Besides all that, there is a lot of mythology that just happened in the Flash War, and I would say yes, it's not really new reader friendly because they're assuming you know quite a bit about Wally and Barry's past. But I think it does entice new readers to go back and read some of that mythology. So it's very hard, I would say, to know where to go. But there's a lot of great storylines, and I would say everyone start with Flash Rebirth by Jeff Johns, and that'll answer a lot of your questions about Flash War.
Justice League Dark number 2, James Tynion IV, Alvaro Eduardo Martinez, Bueno. I'm plagued by I'm sorry, like for some reason I got all stuffed up, and it's making me hard to talk right now. Plagued by a rash of unworldly resurrections, the new JLD team begins scouring a corner of the DCU looking for leads. Turns out this latest mystery ties back to the Tree of Wonder, last seen laying down roots in Justice League No Justice, and it bears poison fruit to boot. The tree serves as a doorway from the realm of magic to our world, and the Upside Down Man is the first of many all-powerful mystic entities looking for a new haunt. It's going to take a major twist of fate for our heroes to get out of this one. Garrett, what do you think? I believe now that we have the team together, we're finally going to see the seeds of the first storyline. Does that make you excited? Are you still out with this book?
I didn't really enjoy issue 1. I thought it was so wordy and not very interesting. So, I mean, I don't know. There's something about this book that's keeping me at arm's length. I'm hoping this issue will be better because issue 1 was really poor, in my opinion. But I do love the characters, so I hope that they'll meet their stride, at least in this issue. Otherwise, it's going on the chopping block.
I think that's the thing for me as well, is that first issue, there's too much chatting and not just letting the story flow. I do not need my hand to be held. Just give me a book and go, hey, enjoy. The characters are great, but I know we're trying to treat people like this is a new concept, kind of like what Flash needs to do for me. I need my handheld during Flash, but JLD, I don't need that handheld.
Is that a problem in the book or a problem with you?
It could be me. You don't know.
For the record, I did enjoy that first issue, so I am looking forward to the second one.
Well, yeah, it's like reading a novel, so why not?
Garrett, did you see Mother Panic?
Yep.
Mother Panic, Gotham AD, number 6, Jody Hauser, Abraham Mustafa. Mother Panic must face all her demons, spiritual and biological, in this issue as she learns the true fate of the Violet of this world. Sibling rivalries, arch nemesis, and more square off against Mother Panic in this issue. The ultimate issue of Gotham AD. I believe it's the last issue, right, of this little miniseries, and then it's done forever.
Yep, so it's the final issue. This issue has been so good. I mean, this series has been so good. It's a dystopian Gotham, like 5 years into the future, where Batman's dead, a lot of the rogues are dead, and Violet Page is coming to a timeline that's not quite her own. Like her Violet Page, like the one that's from that universe, is presumed dead / missing. So, yeah, I can't believe this conclusion's already here. I'm really sad by that. I really wish the Young Animal line was sticking around. But Mother Panic has been a great book, and I don't know if she'll ever be back in comics ever again, but I'm excited for this final ride.
One question for you. What part of my question confused you so much that it took like 10 seconds for you to answer?
It's just the way you worded it.
Okay.
Is this the last issue?
Listen.
Terrifics number 7, Jeff Lemire, Dale Eagleship.
Listen.
Alex, what do you think about the Terrifics so far? We got Tom Strong coming in this issue. He was in like one of the first 2 issues, right? But now he's back here.
I think it was the first one. He was like this. Yeah. I like this book. This book is actually growing on me. I was a little weary about the first couple issues, and I think since issue 3, it's really hit a stride where I'm enjoying it. I think a part of it is that it was Jeff Lemire, and I was like, oh, can he really write this book? Yes, he can. I think he writes all these characters super well. I don't know who Tom Strong is, so I'm excited to meet him. He sounds like a nice guy.
Wonder Woman number 53. I want to bring up Wonder Woman again because Steve Orlando's doing this arc. But more importantly, ACO doing some art. ACO is a very underrated artist, and I see him every once in a while. He did the Nick Fury miniseries, and he's going to be on this arc. So if you're looking for that, here you go, Wonder Woman number 53. And I would also try to get back into this book. G. Willow Wilson, she's going to be taking over the book, and I think it should be good when she takes over. So there we go. Marvel Comics, the house that a mouse now owns. Amazing Spider-Man number 4, Nick Spencer, Ryan Otley, Spider-Man, Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Excuse me, Peter Parker versus Spider-Man. Garrett, what do you think? This Amazing Spider-Man, this is one, I believe, your second Spidey book that you're picking up and your brother doesn't only pick up, right?
Right.
And you said you've been
my number 2.
If we listened to the last show, you mentioned that you were looking to get into Invincible because of this book. So is this book, you enjoyed it so far?
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I mean, I think Ryan Otley's art is spectacular. And see what I did there? And Nick Spencer's actually doing a great job of writing Spider-Man and all the characters around him. There's just something new and fresh about this series that just makes me want to read more and more. Yeah, I'm really digging it, and I'm going to be on for a long time for Spider-Man.
Black Panther number 3, Ta-Nehisi Coates and Daniel Acuna. The Intergalactic Empire, Wakanda continues. Alex, what do you think? I love that cover by Ann Hawk Lee, I believe. That's how you say it. But what do you think about Black Panther so far since the reboot started? It's been good?
I've really enjoyed it. I mean, it's a different aspect than I was expecting. I kind of expect Black Panther to either take place in Africa and Wakanda, or, he's on Earth. But as right now, he's a galaxy traveling, space slinging, ass kicking Black Panther. I'm enjoying this book. I think the amazing thing is to go from Captain America, who's written by Coates, and then get Black Panther. And how good both those books are in their own aspects. So by all means, I'm excited for this book. If he keeps writing the way he's writing, I will not be dropping this book anytime soon.
I want to say that I think that Black Panther and Captain America are so good that it feels like it takes forever for the next issue to come out because you're so excited to read it. Like I've been like, man, where's Black Panther? Like I've been wanting to read issue. Like feels like it's coming out very slowly.
I know. When I saw this,
excitement for it.
I saw this was issue 3, and I was like, 3 only. Like by this point, and I would expect it to have been like, I think Captain America in this book, are they coming out monthly? They're not coming out bi-weekly anymore?
I think they're doing the Marvel Con like beginning of one month with the end of the next month. So
okay. So it is monthly, but it's like farther away than 4 weeks.
Apart monthly.
I think that's what it's doing, and you know what? It shows in the books. If they don't come out every 2 weeks, you can put some quality together. So it's good so far. I really do enjoy both those books. But Black Panther number 3, you can go back, find the other issues, pick it up, start. It's great. Old Man Logan number 46, Ed Brisson and Damon Sucero. Indescribable, indestructible. Nothing can stop it. What do you think, Garrett? I love this cover by Andrea Sorrentino. We talked about him last issue or last episode. He comes back for this cover. He was the artist at one point, but now we are. You think we're coming to the end of this Old Man Logan series?
You'd think so with young man Wolverine coming back. But I don't know. I mean, as of right now, it seems like the book's still pushing ahead. This is the start of a new arc, I believe. So we'll see what it's about. Looking at the preview, it looks like some kind of creature of some sort. But I know Marvel, they're already thinking we better do a Wolverine versus Old Man Logan event and then kill off Old Man Logan. So I know that cash crop. Oh, please. That cash crop will be coming a mile away.
Yeah. I'd see the thing is that, of course, they're going to build it up for 2 months. Old man versus young man. And then they're like, one of them is going to die. No, Old Man Logan's going to be like, screw this crap. I'm going home. I got my oats and my grits at home. I'm going to go eat them. Leave me alone.
And then a Hulk smashes his face in.
Yeah, Hulk shows up and beats the shit out of him.
The Punisher number 1. This is Matthew Rosenberg and Simon Kondrowski, Greg Smallwood on that cover. You can take the Punisher out of the War Machine. Punisher no longer has the War Machine armor, but is retained his acquiredly new taste for big game, and he's hungry for more. However, the paths to such perilous pursuits have fought with dangers bigger than any Frank has faced before, and this lone wolf could use otherworldly help on his way to the world stage. Matthew Rosenberg continues pushing the boundaries of the Punisher, and now joined by acclaimed artist Riccardo Buccialetti. Hey, that's not what it says for the up there. DMZ Northlanders. This is the book Punisher fans will be talking for years to come. So is it Simon or is it Riccardo Buccialetti? Who knows? They literally credit 2 different artists in this book. But Alex, what do you think of the Punisher? For 2 questions. 1, the restarting it isn't necessary. Do you think maybe, and can somebody jump in on this point? I assume that's why they're restarting it. 2, does that cover look familiar? Is that an old cover that they just kind of remade?
It looks like Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm thinking of. Let me look that up here.
And I think yes, you can certainly jump in. Just have the realization that he was in the War Machine armor. 2, I think that's why they renumbered it as a number 1. He's going back to Frank Castle, the Punisher. Also, I think I speak for Garrett. Super freaking excited for this issue.
Yeah, I'm very pumped. The one thing I do miss is yes, I think Szymon Kudranski is his art will be good, but that Villanova art was so great that I'm definitely going to miss that. But I think it'll be fun to see Punisher in his element because, I've always wanted to get a Punisher book, and I jumped on right when he was the War Machine. So I'm really excited to see the Punisher out of the War Machine outfit and see him do what he does best.
That's what I'm excited. I know when he was in the War Machine, to me it makes sense. Of course, he'd wear this suit, kick so much ass. But I also just wanted to see Frank be Frank, and literally he is a war machine. So I'm excited to see him go mano a mano against everybody and then kill them all.
Sentry number 3, Jeff Lemire, Aaron, Kim, and Jacino, Joshua Cassara. Alex, what do you think? Sentry, I believe it is just a mini, right? Sure, about like halfway down?
I don't know. I don't know if it is a mini or not because I haven't seen like the 1 through 5. I know that the arc is 5 issues long, but I don't know if it's actually only going to be a 5-issue thing.
Well, I'll look that up. But what do you think of the book so far?
Regardless, number 1 was took a little getting into. 2 was amazing, and so I'm super excited for 3. We're going to see what Bob has going on for himself, and then I think the thing is that I don't know enough about Sentry, but what I do know from this book makes me excited, and to know that his friend is a dickbag, and I can't wait for Bob to find out and beat the piss out of him.
Alex, I won't tell you what I just basically figured out spoilers by looking this up. So don't look up Sentry number 5 to figure out it's the last issue. But I just will tell you that it seems like it's the last issue. Okay. But it seems like the way that they're playing it is that it's going to spin off to maybe an ongoing series. But don't read this list of number 5. It's a spoiler, big spoiler. Okay. Star Wars Darth Vader number 20. This is Charles Soule, Ilya Bonetti, Fortress Vader Part 2. Oh, this is the one I was looking forward to. Garrett, how was the last issue of this? Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader in this book together. Oh, excuse me, this is Giuseppe Capocoli doing the art, not Ilya did the cover there. What do you think about this?
I haven't read that first part of the arc yet. But I will say I just read the annual that was the week before that issue came out, which kind of took place around Rogue One, and it was amazing. So, this Darth Vader book, if you love this villain / hero / villain, this is the book for you. I mean, it's just Darth Vader awesomeness all the time.
Venom number 5. This is... this is Dottie Cates and Ryan Stegman. Alex, what do you think? Venom number 5. How's Venom going so far?
Venom has been super strong, and it's amazing to see all that. Like we've always said about Donnie in the last 6 months, how he can write a character that you may not give 2 shits about, or that has been overwritten so many times, and yet he gives you that fresh spin. He gives you that mythology that you want. He gives you that back matter that's important, and he makes you feel like it's important. I know issue 4 was a little wordy, a little long-winded. I'm hoping issue 5 kind of picks back up into that good mix of letting that art tell me the story, because you got Stegman on there, and Stegman's great. So let Stegman do his thing, and Donnie, just put in those little words just to guide my hand a little bit.
West Coast Avengers number 1. Kelly Thompson, Stefani Caselli. A new era dawns. Avengers assemble. Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. Hawkeye, Clint Barton. A guy named Fuse. Never have they ever been called the big 3 of anything. And now here they come. Here they are, reunited for, okay, well, it's only the second time ever. Thank God. They also brought America Chavez, Gwenpool, and Kid Omega. Wait, what? That's right. It's the new West Coast Avengers, son. And you better hope they figure out how to save the world, because big things are headed for the West Coast. Garrett, what do you think? We were big fans of Kelly Thompson's Hawkeye series, and we kind of had speculation. What's she going to write next? Is it going to be some sort of team book? I said Young Avengers, but now we're getting a West Coast Avengers. So I think we're right about the team thing. Does this excite you, Kelly Thompson? More Hawkeye?
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking at the preview right now. It's a lot of Hawkeye. The only person on this team that I don't care for is Gwenpool, but maybe I'll get to like her because of the series. I just think that creation was just stupid. But yeah, I mean, the art looks great. I know Kelly Thompson's a great writer, so I am looking forward to this for some more Hawkeye action, because I think, it's kind of a shame and a letdown to cancel that Kate Bishop Hawkeye series. So, but at least we get a continuation in this here. So very much looking forward to it.
Alex, what do you think? I know you're a big fan of Kelly Thompson's Hawkeye. I see here in their preview, the first thing that they're fighting is street sharks. Does that make you excited?
Oh, really?
Not the actual street sharks, but street sharks, basically.
Oh, you know what? I think there's a part of me that's a little weary because I think she did such a great job on Hawkeye with Kate that I'm not sure how her teamwork is going to be. Not Kate's, but how Kelly Thompson's teamwork is going to be. So as much as I wanted just to focus on Kate, I would much rather just have a Kate book. But if she's going to kick the Street Sharks' ass, by all means, they probably have it coming.
X-Men Red #7, Tom Taylor, Carmen Nunes Carnino. Garrett, what do you think? How's X-Men Red going so far?
It's one of my favorite. Well, it's the only X-Men book I get, I guess, besides Old Man Logan. I used to get the others, but I'm a little worried because I think this is an Extermination tie-in. I'll have to double check that. If it's not, I'm going to keep getting it. If it happens to be a tie-in, I'm out because that's the thing. It's like that's what happens to all these X-Men books is they're really good on their own, and then they get tied into an event, and then they turn really shitty. So I know it's Tom Taylor, so I know it'll be a good issue. But if I see that it's like part 3 of a ongoing event for that Extermination thing, I don't really want a part of it. So
I think the only nice thing about Extermination is that it's an X-Men based event where a lot of the times when X-Men gets involved in other things like an Avengers thing or a Spider-Man thing or a Venom thing, then that really gets annoying because what's the point? Why do they get brought into it? But at least if the Extermination is exclusively X-Men, then at least I can understand it.
It's Marvel Comics here, and it looks like I'm looking at the rest of them. I don't think there's anything else really that we get here. What do you think, Garrett? Another week? You said it's a big week, so what's your pick?
Automatically, Action Comics number 1002. There's something very exciting about that book. It could be because Superman is so shitty that it's nice to have at least a great book that stars Superman coming out right now. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I can't wait to read it.
Garrett, you say 1002. What if I said 10-2? Is that good?
10 what?
2?
1002.
Oh, sure, I guess.
Alex,
No.
what do you think your pick is this week?
I think my pick will be the Jeff Lemire Royal City number 14. We got to see how this gift is wrapped. If it's nice or if it's in a gift bag and I can see the gift. So I'm bring it. Or wrap it.
I can't believe you would steal my pick. You had Punisher out there for you and everything, but you got to take Royal City, and I'll agree with you on Royal City. But I'm going to pick West Coast Avengers. Number 1. Kelly Thompson's one of the greatest new writers that we've discovered. Not we discovered. Obviously, Marvel discovers her. But on the show, we talk about her.
Comics found this lady. Way to go!
It's been fantastic, and I like Clayton Barton. I like Kate Bishop. I like American Chavez. She's a great member of the team. I like that team. Ken Omega, I like him too. So I'm excited to see Castelli's art. He's good too. So it's going to be a fun ride, I think. So I'm looking forward to that. Alex, here to be out here. Yesterday, flood warning again. You told me last week wasn't ever going to happen again. It was going to be dry forever. I got out there, built an ark, and then the flood's gone, and today, hot as hell. So I want to know, can I throw this thing in the trash, or is it going to rain again? What's happening?
I'm going to lay a little secret that not a lot of people know. I may just forecast the weather. I don't control it. I don't have a weather machine. I don't go outside with a stick and spin it and make tornadoes. No. I just look into the sky and I see things. So if it's dark and gray, it could rain. But also in the town we live in, we either take in all this water, like yesterday, or we can be in a drought for 6 weeks and go, where the hell was that rain in May? And now it's all coming in July and August. So I would maybe keep it. I would maybe throw it. You don't know what to do with it.
Al, you sound like every weatherman in existence. You cover all your bases so that you're never wrong.
I'm a meteorologist. I just told you what to do. Don't do anything. Just stay in your house.
It could rain. It could be sunny. It could snow.
You never know.
Garrett, my foot's going to hit the gravel outside, and I'm going to take off running and never look back. How's it going to look out for me? Or for everybody else tomorrow?
This is a really great week, actually. A lot of content coming out, a lot of great books. So that's one of those days that you want to make sure your pull list is on point. You want to get to your shop or online shop as quick as you can, and get those comics because there's a lot of hot ones. In regards to that pothole, what pothole? I don't know what the pothole is. So, but yeah.
I'm gonna, like I said, my foot's gonna hit that gravel. I'm gonna run, and never look back. Go by the comic shop. Maybe go back and get an umbrella because Alex said he can't predict the weather. He doesn't know what's going on. I'm gonna keep on running. You ever seen Forrest Gump? That's gonna be me. I'm gonna run across the country. I'm gonna say, "Why are you running?" And instead of like Forrest Gump, I'm gonna tell him I'm running because I gotta run. Is that what he says? No, he doesn't say that. I'm actually running because I'm going to keep running because I got to keep running to get new comics. So I run, and every Wednesday I hopefully hit a shop. I just keep going. This show, we're going to have to take it on the road. You guys are going to have to come find me. Maybe I'll be in Colorado. Maybe one day I'll be in Hawaii. Maybe one day I'm going to be in Great Britain. You don't know. I ran across the ocean.
Wow.
Sometimes, Alex, you might not know this. Sometimes if you run so fast like the Flash, you can run across water. So,
wow. That's impressive.
And then he wants to go home.
For Wednesday Comics, I've been Marvin.
I'm Alex.
I'm Garrett.
Hey, everyone, stay warm or cool or dry or wet. Do whatever you want, but keep reading those books.